Hi there, my name is Ujwal. I'm the co-founder and CEO of MotivBase. I'm also a cultural anthropologist, and I'm pretty excited to tell you that what we've really done with MotivBase is built a tool, a technology that allows us to conduct on-demand, in-depth ethnographic analysis into topics and trends in consumer culture in an instant. In essence, the technology functions like an artificially intelligent anthropologist and does 80% of the work and leaves the last 20% for you to understand the data and analyze it yourself. And of course, as you can imagine, when we deliver the technology or hand it over to our clients, we train them on how to use the system and how to interpret the data, but we also give them access to our concierge, made up of PhD level social scientists that can do custom in-depth analyses, in-depth ethnographies, and solve all kinds of business problems on the front end of innovation in as little as 3 business days. So what makes MotivBase truly unique? What makes it the only system to genuinely be able to perform an ethnographic analysis with big data? Now, the source of input for us is no different than the source of input for many other analytics platforms. It's the millions and millions of consumer conversations that happen across the internet. The difference, though, is in the way we analyze the data. So in a typical analytics platform, let's say you're searching for a topic like probiotics, what it would do is look for mentions of the word probiotics, and it would basically analyze the patterns in how people talk when they mention the word probiotics. Now, that's fine if you want to do a pattern recognition, rational analysis, but it's not genuinely an observational ethnographic analysis because no ethnography is complete without a full contextual understanding of all the different hidden meanings that consumers attach to a particular topic when they talk about it. So let's take a tangible example. Let's say you start a conversation on a thread somewhere on the internet about probiotics, and I respond back. I don't mention the term probiotics, but I talk about gut health. Somebody else talks about health insurance. Another person talks about stomach and digestive issues. Another person talks about their kids and I don't know how quickly or how often they fall sick, and so on and so forth. These are all inadvertent, hidden meanings that consumers are relating to the context of probiotics without actually mentioning the term probiotics within their post or within their engagement. But all of that is just as important because understanding the full context allows us to genuinely understand all the social, political, cultural meanings that exist behind a topic created by consumers and culture. And when you can understand these social, political, cultural meanings, you can genuinely do an ethnographic analysis to decode the why, the hidden motivations behind why people care about probiotics. And when you can unearth the why, you can get much, much more accurate at understanding, sizing up the market behind a topic or a trend, and of course, most importantly, predicting its future. And that's really the value of what MotivBase does and what distinguishes it from other online analytics platforms. So let's take a quick example here and give you a sense of how easy it really is to use MotivBase here. So for example, I just typed in probiotics, and in the autocomplete, the MotivBase platform will give me the ability to actually search and will run an instant on-demand ethnography of the topic of probiotics. This is going to take a few seconds because the system is crunching through hundreds of thousands of data points here and looking at the full context of discussions that consumers are having around probiotics to unearth the dominant meanings that consumers create around probiotics. And these dominant meanings are displayed here from left to right in semantic distance on this cultural analysis map, where it's basically showing us perceptually what kinds of issues are front and center in the mind or the mental model of the consumer when they think about probiotics. For example, digestive issues or good bacteria, FODMAP, digestive problems, gut lining, gut flora, so on and so forth. And then, of course, because we can now genuinely understand the meanings created around probiotics, we can run all these genuine analyses, like understanding the actual core market size of probiotics. So how many people genuinely care about probiotics in the United States today? How mature is probiotics on the adoption curve, i.e., how consistently do consumers understand the role that probiotics plays in their lives? Is it growing? We can run a prediction here. It gives us data on the sociodemographics. It breaks it down and indexes it against the national average. For example, this significantly over-indexes on couples with children. It also gives us details on the unspoken motivations and attitudes that are driving the consumer to care about probiotics and to engage on the topic and care about the culture. And of course, the list goes on and on. But this is just a quick sample or a quick overview to give you a sense of what MotivBase is and what it's capable of. And of course, majority of its applications lie in brand development and of course the front end of innovation.